Hello, my name is Casey Gwynn, and the textual talk that I'm going to discuss is adaptive learning. What is adaptive learning? Well, according to Wikipedia, adaptive learning is an educational method which uses computers as interactive teaching devices. Computers adapt the presentation of educational material according to students' learning needs, as indicated by the responses to questions and tasks. When I chose adaptive learning from the topic list, I thought that I would be finding out the ways that teachers can accommodate or modify the ways they teach special needs children. Well, I quickly found out that this is a way that all children can learn using the computers in the classroom. This picture is compliments of the North Carolina Christian School Association. It is a Wordle, and it is a Wordle of the adaptive learning. And underneath the umbrella is all keywords that it involves the adaptive learning. I'm going to read some of the keywords from the adaptive learning. Some of the keywords are competency-based, mastery, demonstrate, best, voice, flexible, personalizing, learning, teachers, self-direct, co-designer, anytime, no, and design. These are the keywords that make up what adaptive learning is. This is an introductory video that I found about what is adaptive learning. So that was an introductory video of adaptive learning. And so one of my favorite quotes from that video is when you're struggling, it gives you the help you need. So what I want to point out is that as I was mistaken, I thought that adaptive learning was for children that have special needs. Well, it's not just for children with special needs. It's anybody that is struggling. When a high school student is struggling with algebra, they can go to a computer program, and the computer program can give them the extra assistance they need to make sure they master that level. There are a couple of examples that I found of adaptive learning resources. Without me knowing it, I already know and implement the use of an adaptive learning resource. And the adaptive learning resource that I know is Khan Academy. Moby Max is one that the current school system that I'm at uses, and Newton Platform is the one that I found. So I'm going to give you the three examples and an overview of these three adaptive learning resources. The first one that I'm going to show you is Khan Academy. Khan Academy begins with a pretest. Now, with the pretest, it tests the students on what they know, and then it will tell them what they need to know to get up to level with the other students. The teacher goes in, assigns them a grade level, assigns them a topic, and then the students take a pretest on it. The program assigns them with activities to complete based on what they need help on and what the teacher assigns. Well, you want to know what keeps the students engaged, what keeps them wanting to participate in Khan Academy. The students receive badges as rewards as they improve. And the students want these badges because it lets them know they're improving. Yes, this is elementary based, but it keeps the students engaged. The teacher gets a report of the child's progress. And my favorite thing about Khan Academy is that it is free. Now I'm going to let you see the Khan Academy that I have set up. Before I received the maternity leave that I'm filling in for a teacher on maternity leave, I was in Muscle Shoals in their extended day program. I was only there for 2 weeks before I was given the opportunity to do the maternity leave. And so, since I was in a middle school program, I decided to set up a program for the extended day kids. So you'll see that it says class is extended day. They were 6th grade and also had 7th grade. So my point of letting you know that I was only there for a couple of weeks is they didn't keep working on it after I left. So that's why I feel like they haven't mastered as many skills as I think they should have, with it being almost to Christmas. So you can see where all I would go in and I assigned them their names. I did their names, their first and last names, and put the number 1 out beside it. And they all have the same password, which was our school mascot. So this is what a coach's page would look like. And then I can go to the individual students page and I can see what the individual student was doing. I can make a recommendation based on hers. She mastered addition within 5. She's on level 2 within 5. So I can recommend that to my student. And then when she logs on, she'll see that recommendation on there. You can also include a due date on that. Skill progress. This is for the entire extended day. You can see that they're all just above level on ratio word problems, representing ratios, converting decimals to percents, and converting decimals to percents as well. And everything else they're below. Now that's what a coach's page would look like. You can see that this is how you just create a class. You just go to create your class. Oh, I switched to a student by accident. I did not mean to switch to a student. Okay, well, we'll switch to a student for now. I'm sorry. Okay, this is a student. I chose her because she was the highest. On here, she is at 19% progress for 6th grade US. She has 21 skills mastered, 0 skills at level 2, 3 skills at level 1, and 1 skill practice, and 91 skills not started. When she goes to her page, she can start a mastery challenge, and this is the pretest that I was talking about. This is the pretest that I was talking about. When she goes to this page, this is where she would go to take her pretest to see where she needs to work on. And then I would get her results, and she would also get her results. Now, these are the badges that I was talking about. These are the badges that they want. Now, I could see in the few weeks I was there, they were looking over and they were saying, what badge do you have? Do you have this badge? I don't have this badge. And they were excited when they did get badges. Even in 6th grade, they were excited to get the badges. So I liked the Khan Academy in the extended day program. In the extended day program, I was there to help them with their homework. And the ones that did not have homework that day, they did not get out of homework. They had to get on this. And I still knew I was helping them in the classroom. There is Khan Academy. I found out about Khan Academy through the ISTE program in Atlanta, and I just fell in love with Khan Academy and I implemented it, especially since it was free. The next thing that I'm going to tell you about is MobyMax. MobyMax also begins with a pretest. Teachers can use the data to make IEPs. I learned about MobyMax through Florence City Schools. It's only going to cost my school $1,000 for the entire school of 900 students, and that is extremely cheap as a cheap program. And I think it's a much more interactive game than Khan Academy, probably because it is a paid system rather than Khan Academy, which is not, which is free. So the students can get in there. And let me show you what MobyMax looks like. I do not have a username to MobyMax, so I cannot log in to show you what it looks like, but I can show you from their webpage. This one can be used on an iPad or a computer. Here is an example of 5+1. The students can either draw on an iPad the answer, or they can submit and click on an answer. They get continuous progress monitoring sent to the teachers. Teachers can also send it home to parents. Here's an example more of the, I feel like, more engaging materials. It was much more colorful, aesthetically pleasing than Khan Academy. Here's the touch curriculum, like I was talking about, how you can use it on iPads or tablets. Deductive cognitive skills. It shows on pictures. They choose which ones to not use. It has all skills ranging on here, K through 12. You can go to math, facts, number sense, reading, writing, language, vocabulary, ELA skills, and test prep. So there's not science on MobyMax, but there is science on Khan Academy. So there's two differences for MobyMax versus Khan Academy. It says free right here, but that would just be for like a 30-day notice. Another benefit of MobyMax is students can earn points to play games. Once students earn a certain amount of points after playing the math and reading games, they get to play, once they earn enough points after playing the curriculum, they get to play engaging games. Now, a new platform is the one that I did not know about. I learned about it through research, and here is a YouTube video introduction that I would like for you to watch.
Teachers have always understood the importance of differentiating instruction. Differentiated instruction is the process of tailoring what's being taught and assessed to meet individual students' needs. This framework is nothing new. What is new is using technology to truly differentiate instruction automatically, so that in the moment students are immediately remediated with the skills and subjects that are most helpful for them at that time. So we use something called a knowledge graph, which is a connection of every concept in the course to its prerequisite skills, and we're monitoring the strength of those connections. When a student fails a topic in a Newton-powered course, he or she is remediated with all of that topic's prerequisite skills, prioritized on the strength of their relationships to the topic at hand. A teacher could do this as well, but it would be incredibly time-consuming for a teacher to create a unique study plan for every student in his or her course. With Newton, we can do this automatically, actually generating real-time study plans.
In order to be able to find the area of a right triangle, for example, a student needs to be able to multiply numbers. A knowledge graph describes those prerequisite skills that a student needs to know in order to understand and master a specific concept. But oftentimes students need skills from other domains in order to be able to understand and master the skills that they are studying. So for example, a student might be doing a math problem, and if they're a word problem in math, and if their reading skills aren't so great, they might struggle with that problem. By creating knowledge graphs that span different domains, we can help identify the specific skills that students need in order to master the material, not just from that specific textbook or subject, but from other subject areas as well.
But teachers are often going to have more specific goals for what they want their students to accomplish than that. And a way that we allow them to express that by creating goals within the system. Most simply, goals define what they want students to know and when. Ideally, you want students to be able to go as far back as they need to go in order to find what's right for them to get them started down the path towards that goal. But at the same time, you have goals that are time sensitive, you have tests that are coming up, you have homeworks that are due. So by allowing teachers to define what students should accomplish and when, we're able to strike a balance between wanting to meet students where they are, wanting to move students towards their goal.
So you saw that Newton platform seemed very similar to Khan and Moby Max, as in they have all the same objective, which is to improve students' learning. The goal is set by the teacher. The program develops the personalized instruction for the student based on their performance. So they give a pretest, just like Khan Academy and Moby Max. And then the goal is set by the teacher, and then the program rates children as struggling, on track, or high. Now, Newton platform is only for grades 3 through 8, whereas the other ones had more. The other ones included kindergarten and included 8th through 12th grade. Newton platform has been featured on NBC's Today Show, Forbes magazine, and other nationally recognized sources. So I feel like Newton platform is going to be the up-and-coming big resource that everyone is going to use for adaptive learning. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you Newton Learning on their website. Okay, this is Newton Learning's website. This is an example of what the finished product would look like for Newton's resources. For Newton's Progress. This is the adaptive follow-up, the parent assignment. The parent got an assignment based on information that they had before. This is what the teacher would get, teacher preview, as I mentioned, how they base their students. This says that Benjamin Abraham is struggling. This is math, grade 3. Expected score, 93%. Change in last day. It looks like that student is down 2%. This is a foreign language. This looks like it was probably a breakdown of individual standards. So what do these 3 resources have in common? Well, they were all Common Core aligned, and I know that Common Core is the key word. We want to hear that word, those words, Common Core and everything, and luckily those 3 resources did have it. Teachers can view the progress, and that is very important because teachers can use the data to help the students in all areas. Everything is data-driven nowadays. We need to have the data to know where our students are progressing, but then we need to have the data to know where our students are lacking, so as teachers can go in there and improve our students. A specific activity would be in kindergarten math standard 4. The standard is students will be able to count to the number 10. During math standard, students will be able to get on the computers in the classroom or the iPads and access Dreambox games. During whole group, the teachers would also be able to use Dreambox on the smartboard to list examples for the kids. So you must be wondering what Dreambox is. So let me get on and show you what Dreambox is. Dreambox is another adaptive learning resource that I came across that is free. And it's just a tool that...
How many beads do you see? Choose this number on the number line.
So we're looking for beads, and 7 was the answer.
How many beads do you see? Choose this number on the number line.
And if I choose a wrong answer,
oops, try again.
It just tells me to try again.
How many beads do you see?
So this would be very good for kindergarten. It's very simple. All they have to do is count the number and then match the number with the correct answer. It would be good to use on a smartboard, in the classroom, and then it would be good to use in centers in individual playtime. Now I want to go back to their actual website. I could have also used this as another example. As another example of an adaptive learning resource. Again, it does the personalized learning. You can go in. Personalized learning is instruction that offers pedagogy, curriculum, and learning environments to meet the individual student's needs. We know that that is exactly what adaptive learning is. Teacher Tools is where I found the games. Since I'm currently filling in for the maternity leave in kindergarten, I played around with the kindergarten number sense and equivalence. Here we have 3rd grade number sense and equivalence, 6th grade geometry. These were all free games. I didn't have to log in and do anything for them. Let's see the teacher tool for equivalence up to 20.
Is the equation true or false? Click a button to answer. Use the blocks if you aren't sure.
Oh. So we had on our rubric, what would a finished product look like? Yes, this is a cheesy answer, but a finished product of a good adaptive learning system would be graduation for all. If every student was given a instruction based on their own needs, we would be able to graduate all of our students. The technical requirements in the classroom, simply a computer, a mouse, headphones, iPads. Problems in the classroom? Too hard for a student to use their technology. Technology is not in all homes, so they are not exposed to it as often. They may not be able to use simple technology. Access to the technology is not available. I understand that technology is not in all schools, so we just may not be able to use it. Students click through and do not take their time. I know that I saw this in Extended Day with Khan Academy. Like I said, when they didn't have homework, they still had to get on Khan Academy. Well, they knew that they just had to click around on it for 15 minutes. So I would have to walk around, make sure they weren't just clicking through, and make sure they were taking their time. In conclusion, there are multiple more tools that could be used in the classroom. It is up to you to find out what works best for you, your students, and your school system. You may have to find resources that are free, such as Khan Academy. You may have to find resources that are great for students with special needs, great for students for ELS students. I wish you the best, and I hope this Tech Tool Talk will help your students grow. Thank you very much.